You look at AWS and Windows Server. Plain sight, you want to do something in life, you want to build a website, you want to scale that website, go get a Windows Server. And something behind the scenes was changing. There was internet. Here comes AWS. They say, here is our servers. You can actually rent them and pay as you go. I was listening to Satya the other day, and he said that when we went to Azure, the biggest challenge for us is losing on Windows Server business and going from a high margin business of Windows Server and Windows to a low margin business of Azure. From 2013 to 2023, you have seen that 10x increase in Microsoft stock, and obviously my net worth as well, because I never sold Microsoft. So Satya made all that possible because of great taste. But if you have to take out tenants of great taste in tech products, what is it? One, always you see that there is a pain that is already there, and people have started getting used to that pain because they think this is how the world is. Or all of them also have some kind of new technology underneath that they are able to ride the wave with. And all of them met their users where they are, instead of telling them to come to the world. It doesn't mean that only consumer products needs to have great taste. This is the next example, which is you look at AWS and Windows Server. Plain sight, you want to do something in life, you want to build a website, you want to scale that website, go get a Windows Server. Oh, where will I put this server? Oh, you need a server room. Oh, you need cooling for it. Oh, you need air conditioning for it. Oh, best of luck building a company. And something behind the scenes was changing. There was internet. People ready to build companies. It was easy to build websites. It was easy to distribute those websites. It's easy to build anything, but it's very hard to host it because you need Windows servers and you need an IT team to manage it. Here comes AWS. They have a problem, by the way. They have bought a lot of these Windows servers and they don't know how to use them all the time because Amazon.com doesn't have all the traffic all the time. Traffic peaks, traffic slows, but they have to plan for peak. So they have a lot of compute, storage, and networking sitting around across the world for free. They're trying to solve their utilization problem. But how they solve it is they say, here is our servers. You can actually rent them and pay as you go, scale up and down, and support for everyone, not just the elites of the world. I was listening to Satya the other day, and he said that when we went to Azure, the biggest challenge for us is losing on Windows Server business and going from a high margin business of Windows Server and Windows to a low margin business of Azure. But when they pivoted, the thing that they never realized it, that Azure opened up 3x or 4x more opportunities, because now anybody in a country like India, Philippines can actually spin a server and get something done, pay us without us going and supporting this whole support infrastructure. And the demand of that overpowered the losses we have because of low margin business. And that's why from 2013 to 2023, you have seen that 10x increase in Microsoft stock, and obviously my net worth as well, because I never sold Microsoft. That's the only thing I have done in life that has changed my life. I'm not big on stocks. I just big on reading and writing and learning and sharing. But I somehow was dumb enough never to sell. And I got it at like 28.30. So Satya made all that possible because of great taste. But what is in AI, right? Okay, then that's great. If I gave you like 3 or 4 examples, but if you have to take out tenants of great taste in tech products, what is it? One, always you see that there is a pain that is already there, and people have started getting used to that pain because they think this is how the world is. Phones should not look beautiful. So if you want to scale, you have to raise money and get a server. If you want to send emails for free, you have to clean your mailbox every week or you pay. These are all the pain points that was there. And somehow people have took those pain points and actually sold them as feature, whether you call them pay as they go, whether you call them the design that actually revolutionized the world, or all of them also have some kind of new technology underneath that they are able to ride the wave with. Gmail, it was storage getting cheaper every 6 months. With Amazon, it was internet and ability to distribute things on internet and ability to have servers and then have virtualization. Without virtualization, it was impossible for them to scale that, but they had virtualization solved at that point, which is I can have one hardware and sell it to many people with different virtual servers, virtual VMs. And all of them met their users where they are. Instead of telling them to come to the world, which is the Bings of the world, that come to Internet Explorer, do this, and then you can actually ask a question. They didn't do that. Perplexity said, wherever the browser is, here we are free. You can use more credits than ChatGPT. Anybody could have built that, but building that with a great taste, with a great experience, but underneath, one cool point is that I meet you where you are. Rather than telling you, I am so cool and this is so hard that you have to change your behavior, that's never works. I already browse internet. I already check VNC servers to restart my test. Why can't you come and give me that on my phone? Oh, but that's very hard. Okay, you don't do hard things. Why would I do hard things of buying Apple? So these are the tenets of great design that you will see all along, or I have seen all along in my experiences. So what is the framework of finding or doing great design? Number one, go and understand, diagnose the world, understand the industry, understand the technology, understand the users using that technology. You have to do deep insight and do a diagnosis. Then identify what are the levers that are going to make the maximum impact. For iPhone, it was the industrial design. And then on top of it, like the design and the hardware which can support it. And top of that, there was apps. And then they had a music, which is their own moat. Nobody can compete on them because they spend a lot of time getting iPods out there. And then go and execute. When you execute, you should be able to get results with speed. In the Perplexity story, nobody talks about is the speed of execution that Perplexity brings to life. You release anything, you release deep research. Next day, they will give you an API because OpenAI doesn't give you API to do deep research, but Perplexity will give you. You do anything and Perplexity will do it faster than anybody else. You should have all three, but two will make you dangerous also. So make sure that you are able to do that in your stories when you're talking to your customers, your managers, or even your interviewers. Can you tell me 3 stories where you were able to understand, identify, and execute in a new space and bring new users? That's what I'm looking for. Okay, then let's apply this framework to AI. What does it mean in AI? What are the challenges? All of us have done deep diagnosis in AI. Give me challenges. I gave you accuracy. Can you give me 2 more? What is the problem in building AI products today? Or what is the problems with current AI products? Accuracy is directly proportional to trust. Okay, cost. I give you that. Okay. Yeah, the ROI. There is a discussion on ROI. Yes, I can do a lot with AI.
Pricing,
yes, I can set up pricing and cost. Yes, I can set up audio models everywhere and start calling people. And yes, that solves one problem, but calling and multimodal models are 10x, 100x more expensive.
Explainability.
Accuracy and trust. Explainability and trust.
Building
Context. Without context, it doesn't work.
Non-determinism.
And trust.
To scale.
It's very hard. I got one more I'm looking for. I think all of you have nailed all my diagnoses. So all of you are experts. Pat them on yourself and
evals.
Say, here we are.
Non-deterministic nature of answers.
Everyone can build.
Data.
It's very hard to get adoption.
Scale.
In AI, we have built a lot of stuff. Anybody can build anything, but retaining is a challenge. So adoption means continuous, or I should say retention. You can get initial things, but then sustaining them is hard. If you think that's not a problem, talk to people at Lovable. Talk to people, whoever has gone viral and gone from X to Y. Even Perplexity has to solve that problem every month. It's like retaining their users because they keep flying left and right. So how are you going to accurately build the trust with the users and then make them stick to you? Another thing that has happened in AI is that this idea that you can't just do Q&A. We are doing long horizon tasks. It takes like 30 minutes to solve a problem. But how are you going to engage your users? There is a problem there. And if you're going to just say, hey, answering it, working on it, maybe they will leave you because they don't expect that. They thought it's 2 minutes. They came here for a quick fix. And then you have cost versus ROI, which most of you turn. So these are the main buckets, and accuracy is your trust bucket. I put trust in accuracy. I also put how and what you do, like multiple iterations also in accuracy.